I'm Jennifer and this is Kate, and today we are going to the movies.
So we're sharing a review of Journey to Bethlehem, which is a recently released Nativity movie.
So this movie gets very polarizing reviews. Some reviewers love it. They say it's great, it's wonderful. Definitely, you should go see it.
And then other people say, no, absolutely not. Do not go see this movie. It is not worth it.
So what's the deal? What is the truth here? Should you go see it or should you not? Is it really that good or that bad?
So today we're weighing in with our opinion, so let's get started.
So if you haven't heard of this movie, it is basically the Nativity story retold as a musical. It starts with the betrothal of Joseph and Mary and it ends at the flight into Egypt.
And like we just mentioned, the reviews are all over the place for this movie, but we wanted to go see it because we were really just intrigued and we wanted to make up our own minds about this movie.
Considering all the stir this one has caused, we are going to look at it from both sides of the fence today. We are going to give you 3 reasons why you should not go see it and 3 reasons why maybe you should.
And we're going to start today with the reasons that you should not go see it.
Number 1, if you do not like musicals, you really don't want to go see this movie. There is a lot of singing, and it's kind of funny because in the Bible, Joseph says literally nothing, but in this movie, he is singing all over the place.
And so you might be thinking, like, Joseph singing, everybody's singing, like, that's kind of weird. And yes, we were skeptical too going in.
But it just seemed to work somehow. We liked all the songs for the most part. They were catchy and upbeat. And adding in the music just seemed to bring something new and fresh to the retelling of the Nativity story. We especially liked King Herod's opening song because it was just so good. And it really showed how evil and creepy and weird he was.
So the second reason to not see this movie is if you're looking for a word-for-word translation of the Nativity story from the Bible to the screen. That is not what this movie is, nor is it like an official version of the Catholic Church's teachings on the Nativity story either. So if you're looking for something like that, you're not really going to find it in Journey to Bethlehem.
The movie definitely does take some artistic license. It adds in a few plot lines and details that are not found in the Bible or in the Catechism. But if you think about it, we've been doing this for hundreds of years, adding details into the Nativity story that aren't even there. For example, we all think that, yeah, Mary rode to Bethlehem on a donkey, but if you look in the Bible, that is not in there.
And then the Bible also doesn't say that there were 3 wise men. It just says that learned men came from the east. But again, most of us just happily accept the idea of 3. So we don't think the movie is going too far out on a limb with these additions. Could they have happened? Maybe, maybe not. We weren't there.
And the movie is really upfront about this. Yes, we did take artistic liberty, so they're not trying to hide anything or to pass off something as gospel truth when it really isn't.
So the third reason that you shouldn't go to see this movie is if you don't want to see Mary and Joseph portrayed as real people with different struggles and problems, fears, and uncertainties.
The movie really highlights just how human they were. For instance, we see Mary walking to her cousin Elizabeth's house along the road that seems to never end, and as she's going, she's getting dustier and dirtier.
We also see Joseph really struggling when Mary tells him she's pregnant. We see him battling himself. Should I believe her? Should I not? And that's very interesting.
The movie also gives us a real sense of the danger that they were in and what that must have felt like.
We know how the story ends, but sometimes we forget that in the moment, at that time, they had no idea how it was going to all turn out.
Now let's look at 3 reasons why you should go see this movie. And the first reason is if you are looking for a fun, family-friendly movie to go see this Christmas. This one is a great option.
And this is a movie that you can definitely bring the whole family to see. And that is not something you can do with every single movie. And if you don't completely agree with how every detail is portrayed, then that is a good springboard to have some great discussions.
The second reason to go see it is if you like humor, because this movie definitely leans towards comedy in a few places. It will make you laugh out loud at certain points. So, is that appropriate? Some people say no, it is not treating the Holy Family with enough respect.
But we think that it actually worked and that it is pretty funny in a lot of places. After all, God does have a sense of humor. So the third reason is that this movie might potentially give you some different things to ponder on during Advent. So we don't want to give away any spoilers, but we really did enjoy how the movie showed the effect of Jesus's birth on different families. So not just on Mary's family or Joseph's family, but very interestingly on King Herod's family.
Yeah, I admit that never in my whole life have I ever stopped to think of what this news must have meant for the extended members of Herod's family. So I thought that was really interesting and maybe one of the best parts about the movie, just making you think about that.
And there were a couple of other things that we enjoyed that we wanted to mention. For instance, we loved how the movie portrayed Elizabeth and Joachim. We think that they got Elizabeth just right.
We also really liked how they showed all the angels in the night sky on the night when Jesus was born. There was that bright light shining down and how it affected all the people. We thought that was really cool.
And we also spotted some cast members that we recognized from other movies, so that was really fun.
Finally, there were a couple of things that we didn't enjoy so much about the movie. For me, the one thing happened in the dream scene where Joseph learns that it's okay to take Mary as your wife. Overall, I really liked the scene, but there was one part, it only lasted a few seconds, but I thought that one part was kind of creepy and weird. If you've seen the movie, you probably know what I'm talking about.
And then I didn't really like the way that they portrayed the wise men. They are largely just there for comic relief, and I think that went too far a couple of times, and it almost made the wise men just feel kind of dumb or stupid as characters.
I would have to definitely agree with that. I did enjoy the humor, but maybe they did take it a little too far sometimes. Some of the humor went into the realm of dad jokes, and maybe that could have been scaled down a bit. So the bottom line here for us is that we really did enjoy seeing it. And for us, the benefits of going to see it, the pros definitely outweighed the cons.
And honestly, we didn't have very high hopes going in, but it surprised us and we did end up really enjoying it. Was it perfect? No, but it was a lot of fun. So that is our take on Journey to Bethlehem. We hope this review was helpful, especially if you're on the fence about seeing it.
If you have seen it, what did you think? Weigh in with your opinion down in the comments. We would love to know.
So we hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching and we'll see you next time.
Bye.